So up next, we have Tapas Pal, a lead consultant and account lead from Frontend with over 12 years of experience, including 4 years at Thoughtworks. Tapas has excelled in roles such as client leadership, team lead, and mobile developer, showcasing his versatility and leadership across multiple domains, including healthcare, banking, trading, travel and tourism, FMCG, fast food chains, and even entertainment. His expertise spans across mobile development, agile methodologies, team leadership, AI driven development tools, sorry, and software architecture. Recently, Tapas has worked on projects involving Copilot and ChatGPT at Xfinity, as well as building a resume parser using generative AI. With a strong interest in prompt engineering, generative AI, and AI tool, let's give a warm welcome to Tapas Pal as he shares his insights with us today.
Thank you and welcome all to the Converge 2024. So today we are going to talk about how we can make AI our pair. So first of all, why we have this concept that making AI as our pair. So to live with the culture of pair programming, where two humans are working on a same problem in a same systems, where two brains working together to make a better output. Now today world is moving fast with the AI. Now we should also leverage that AI tools to become to make our pairs. So today in this session, we are going to discuss about how we can effectively use those pair programming. So today's agenda is entering the world of AI, art of prompt engineering, hallucinations, prompt frameworks. At the end, we'll share some of the resources and we'll end with the Q&A. So starting with what is an artificial intelligence? So we'll not go in deep dive, but just to set the context, it's an ability of a computer systems to perform a task commonly associated with the human intelligence. So for first two statement, a supercomputer can also do. But does that mean, can we say a supercomputer is the artificial intelligence systems? No, we can't. Because until and unless the third statement came that commonly associated with human intelligence, we can't say it's a artificial intelligence systems. Moving next, in my opinion, all the AI systems are just prediction machine. It's not doing anything more than predictions. Okay. So let's take an example of Tesla. You all know about Tesla, right? So giving in a situations, let's say you are driving a Tesla in an autopilot mode. Okay. You are running on a highway with a good speed. There are a bit much of traffic around. And all of a sudden, an obstacle, let's say a cow jump into your lane. What do you think? What Tesla will do? Will it apply brake? Will it go left? Will it take right? Or it will hit the cow? So anything can happen, right? We don't know. Then what Tesla will do? Tesla will try to predict what will a human do. Now, since each and every human, even in the same situations, can respond or react differently, similarly, all the AI systems, when it's trying to predict, it can react differently. So that's why every time we get different responses, there is no consistency, right? Similarly, if we take another example, Google Lens, it's also an AI machines, right? Now, what is trying to predict? It's trying to predict the category of an image. You just scan it, it's trying to understand what is the category of that image, then it's go deeper, it give you the lots more details. Now, today's world sensation, ChatGPT, right? What it's trying to predict? So it's trying to predict the next set of words, that's all. It's not doing anything. It's just trying to next set of word. That's why sometimes in your sentence, you will find something which is completely irrelevant because it's a predictions. Now, let's try to understand how this prediction works. Although this is just a very, very simple versions, this is not the actual one. Behind the scene, a lot of things happen. Just try to understand that, okay, how it's do. So if I give you these two sentences, the cat dash and the fish dash, what do you think? What will be the in the blanks? If I ask you to fill in the blanks, someone can say that cat is mad. Someone can say the fish die. Someone can say anything, right? It can be anything because there is no context. Now the same things happen when I ask ChatGPT or any AI tools without giving any context. I just give a blank. It can fill with anything, even it's matter or not. Now if I give you this 10 set of data sets where we are saying the cat sat on the mat, the cat is sleeping, the cat is chased, the fish is colorful, etc. This 10 set of data. What do you think? Now, if I ask you to predict it, what will be your answer? Yeah, if you give the same prompt with this same with this 10 data sets, if we ask them to predict, it will try to pick one of this, right? But in this case, it will get ease. The reason is when it's trying to predict, it's trying to put some math over there. You remember the probability we learned in our childhood days, right? The similar kind of things, it tried to find the probability, what can be the best possible things. So here, if you see, point number 2, the cat is. So is coming after cat, and point 4, the cat is. So is become twice. So that's increases the probability here. Similarly, for the point number 6, the fish is, and the and 7, the fish is. So that's why it is predicting is. But as soon as your data set change, it will also change. Now, who is doing all of this behind the scenes? The mastermind LLM. Will not go into details, but it's a large language model. I think everyone have understood so far what is LLM, how it works, most of the things. So this is the mastermind of our entire AI systems, the LLM. Now coming to the next part, the art of prompt engineering. So we understood that, okay, the LLM is the one which is the mastermind, which is generating all the responses, which is trying to predict and giving the accurate response as much as possible to you. Now we will learn the art of prompt engineering. So first of all, what is a prompt? Very simple things. There is a user, there is a generative AI. You pass a request, that's become your prompt. And the generative AI give you back the response. So this is the simple phenomena of any of the generative AI systems or any of the AI systems. Now then, what is prompt engineering here? Same process, when you do it for accurate response, we get useful response, we get consistent response, and we improve the quality of our response and also improve the performance. So when we try to achieve those things, we need prompt engineering, or using prompt engineering, we achieve those things. Because earlier we have seen, right, since it's a prediction machine, it can predict anything. Now, using the prompt engineering, we are going to restrict them, or we are going to get those accurate and useful, consistent responses. Okay, so let's put theory into practice using Chat GPT. You can use any other tool like Facebook Llama or Gemini. We are going to use here Chat GPT. So we are going to ask the first prompt, what is prompt? So now you can see my Chat GPT screen. So let's ask, so I ask what is prompt? It is giving a prompt is a context of generative AI. It's given some examples. So it gives some answers, right? Is it correct answer? Maybe yes, maybe no. Is it what I'm looking for? Maybe no. Then definitely some things I have to do with the prompt, because the only interactions we can do with the chats, provide a prompts and it give me the results. This is called zero sorts prompting. That means zero sorts means there is a model is given a task without any example or any context. I've just asked what is prompt. There is no context in which field I'm looking for and what purpose I'm looking for. There is no context. This is called zero sorts prompting. So when I'm not giving any context, let's add some context to it. So now I have changed my prompt to, you are a software development engineer. Your coworker said you spend too much time with AI chatbot. You want to explain why prompting? Let's try it out what ChatGPT will respond if we say this. So I'll go back to my ChatGPT. So now I have pasted my prompt. Now see, so now it's saying that I understand it seems I'm spending a lot of interacting. So it started giving me the workflows of it, enhance productivity, problem solving, learning and upskilling, and etc. So you saw the difference between when I give one shot prompting where without any context, when I ask some things, it give me some results. Now the result has been refined with more context, right? So we can also give some examples here. Like is an AI engineer working in a customer success divisions. You want to explain what prompt engineers do. And the last is the example. Respond as if you are the CEO of an agriculture machinery company. So let's see how ChatGPT respond to it. So I given my prompt. Okay. So now you see that tone has changed. Our company has always been focused to driving innovations in agriculture, and now it's talking about customizing AI for our needs, problem solving expert, efficiency diverse. So if you see the response, what we have received earlier with some context, now with adding some example, it's even further refined. Now, is it something I'm looking for? Probably yes. If not, try giving more example, try giving more context. This is called one-shot prompting, where we are given a task with one example. Okay, now let's try to give more context and more example. Here is my prompt. I'm learning generative AI. I want to describe what prompt is. So this is the context I have given. I'm learning generative AI. Now, first, I want to give me a descriptions of 20 words. For example, that start with a prompt is. So I'm giving some leading words that you start from here only. Then give me 3 example prompt I can try. For example, a farmer service, a dealer service, product repair, and maintenance server. So I'm giving the specific domain and specific segment where I'm looking for. And lastly, how I want to see the output. So lastly, output result to a table with headers, service, sample prompt, and sample response. So I have given the entire prompt. What is the context, some example, and what exactly I'm looking for. Now let's put this into ChatGPT. So see, now it started giving me brief descriptions of prompt. It's given a short descriptions. Okay, what are the best practices for maintaining soil health, and also 3 examples the way I was looking for: service, sample prompt, sample response with each different services, right? So you saw, right, how the response is changing, just tweaking some of the words or tweaking some of your prompts. Now the same things what we will do, we'll start a new session. We'll remove examples and we'll try again. We'll see what is happening now. Now you see, I have striked out, for example, I've striked out. Then second, for example, I've striked out, and also how I'm looking for the response, that's also I've struck out. Now remember, we have to start a new sessions because ChatGPT and other tools, right? Most of the tools, they use your memories for better results. So it's kept the prompt in memories and then it's used. So we'll create a new session of it. Cool. Okay, so I have created new sessions. So now in this session, ChatGPT has no clue what we have spoken earlier. I'll just paste that without giving any example or any context. Now see how it's respond. Now it's went to prompt, 3 prompt it's given. It is giving a prompt and description expected of output. Morning when I tried, it was giving me something else. Now it is giving me something different. So now you can see that the complete difference, right? When I ask this one, I know exactly what I'm looking for and I give my prompt that way. So it gave me the result that I was expecting. Now, without any context, it gave me some results. Okay, it also created a table, but since I haven't specified what kind of column or what are the things I'm looking for, it gave prompt and description of the expected output. So we saw the difference, right? This is called few sorts prompting. Few sorts means a model is given more than one examples or context. So basically, whenever you are interacting with any of the AI-based chatbots or AI-based systems, it can be ChatGPT, Llama, Gemini, Perplexity, or even Copilots. Wherever you are getting a prompt, put the prompt such a way that you derive everything what you are looking for. So I think you all know that AI is just a intern, right? Someone told it's an intern and it has the entire knowledge. Now you want to perform some certain task, so you have to tell the what exactly you are looking for. Okay. Now coming to the next part, the hallucinations. So this is one of the interesting topic I think so far whoever is attending us, they already have the clear understanding what is hallucination and why it's happening. Now, we'll just touch upon there only, and then we'll go deep dive how we can reduce it. So if we need to talk about the hallucinations, we have to think about the imaginations, right? Imagination and hallucination more or less the same, but the basic and major difference is imagination some things we know which I'm imagining, which is not in real. But hallucination is some things when I'm started believing my imaginations as the real world. That's become my hallucinations. So similarly, on the chatbots or any of the AI tools, when it started believing that this is the right answer with full confidence, that become the hallucination. So the favorite question, whether it's a bug or feature, the hallucinations. So if I say the hallucination is a feature when I'm doing creative writing, storytelling, art designs, music compositions, marketing advertising. So all those things where I need creativity, I need that bound, go beyond the boundaries. There, hallucination is a feature. But in the same times, it's a bug when I'm using it for a healthcare medical device, legal compliance, finance investment, and all those things, right? Because in the legal compliance, you cannot hallucinate and you cannot say you are the murderer, go to jail. You cannot do that. So hallucination in the one way, it is supposed to be hallucinated where it is needed, and it is not supposed to hallucinate it where it's not needed. So it's a two-way sword. The way you want to use, you have to use it carefully. Now, in today's main problem is this all this hallucination is creating our use of AI become very dangerous. Like autonomous vehicle, we talked about the Tesla, right? If it start hallucinating, there is nothing, it will go and hit. Or you are going in a hilly road, it start hallucinating, okay, there is a road, it directly jump to there. So we cannot hallucinate. So I think everyone in the world is trying to reduce that hallucination where it's not needed. Now we will try in our prompt, using the prompt engineering, we'll try to understand that how we can reduce from our end. So we'll try to do error handling instructions. For example, when you are providing a prompt, provide this information. So like if the information is unavailable, please type not sure or unknown to proceed. So basically give an escape path. Instead of hallucinating, instead of creating a response for you, give an escape path. This become your error handling. So most of the times, not most of the, every time the generative AI is supposed to generate something, right? It's supposed to predict and supposed to give you some response. So you have given your prompt. Now ChatGPT or the LLM is getting problem to create that accurate response. So it will start hallucinate because it has to provide the response. So give a escape path to that. The second one, use leading words. We have already used in our previous example that leading was what a prompt is. Start with that. Similarly, let's say we are using in our programming language where write a phone number verification function in Flutter, then first function signature I have provided. Okay, bool validate required phone number. Now I have left there the leading word. So LLM will start finishing that functions from there. Now, second one is the one of the interesting and an important thing is segregate the instructions from the content. So clearly state the instructions and guidelines, what AI should do. Use triple has or triple quote to separate the instruction and the content. So let's give an example. Let's say you are writing a story and you have asked that create subtask from the below story. Each subtask should capture the key development points, right? And we have given story with triple has, you put your entire story. Now, why we need to segregate this content and instruction here? ChatGPT can understand? Yes, it can understand. Then why do we need to segregate? Because when you are saying that create subtask from the below story, it's become a task for, sorry, something happened. Yeah. So it's become a task for the LLM to create subtask. Now in your story, let's say you have asked for create me a login story. In your story, it's detailed that okay, user can enter username, password, it can throw those. So from that context also, it can have some words which become your actions point, which ChatGPT or LLM might think it's my action. So to segregate those areas. Like it should not pick up anything from the context as a action item for the LLM. So that's why segregating this with triple has or triple quote will help you, or help the LLM to distinguish between your instruction and the context. Okay, so now since we have discussed about this, now we'll move towards the prompt frameworks. Now there are a couple of prompt frameworks. I'm going to demonstrate 3 of them. There are a lot more, okay, and you can use based on your requirement. So this prompt frameworks is nothing but it's help you to craft your prompt such a way that you get your desire. So first one is the CTF framework, context, task, format. Very simple. It's best for the situational prompt, descriptive writing, and scenario based task. So context is the situations or the background informations you provided. Task, tell the AI what exactly you want to do, and format how you should present your answer. This is the CTF framework, the easy one. Then, so for an example, I'm telling that CTF framework, pitch an idea. You are a technical consultant working in one of the best tech company for financial service client. Task I'm giving, recommendations, a generative AI solution to improve quality of customer service, and format, write is concisely like you are talking to the CEO of a global bank. So you have already put some sense whom you are going to present. You have given enough context and what exactly you are asking to the LLM to work. Then moving next to the guide framework, it's about goal, user, instructions, details, and example. Goal is again start from a clear goal, user, the audience to target, instruct and define what AI should do. Details, make sure that AI has enough context and example to guide your response. This is best for goal settings and detailed tasks for specific users. So if we take an example, let's say I'm going to create an app, mobile app to help kids manage their math learnings. Now user, I have set elementary student age 6 to 12. This is adding my boundaries. Who is my targeted audience? Instruction is app should have feature like calendar, reminder, note taking, and timer. You can put it, etc. It can keep on adding there by own. Details is app should serve like math kangaroo, like questions with minimalistic designs. So you have also given some reference that you can look for reference as a math kangaroo. You can also add some link. Now today is ChatGPT 4.0 and it can browse the internet. So you can give the live reference there. An example, consider app like Khan Academy that gamify the study to keep student engaged. So you can also give some academy references. Now the last one, going for the grade framework. Again, it is pretty much similar. Bit difference is like it's a goal, request, actions, details, and example. So one of the example is like you are writing an executive summary. So summary is this annual report. You upload a PDF or you upload image or you upload text. Even you can give the normal text in the prompt. Write one page executive summary. Capture key findings and recommendations. And details is the report is on the market trend or AI industry. Example you have given, focus on major players, emerging sectors, and growth opportunities. So the basic idea, while these frameworks are helping you to craft your prompt, however, you are feel free to choose. More you interact, because AI interact every time differently with different people in the different sessions. So it's not, we cannot say that the way it's in reacting to your prompt, the same way will reacting to for their prompt. It is not. Even for the same prompt, same situations, it can respond differently. So keep interacting. Every time if you found that it is not the useful response you are looking for, change the prompt, add more context, give some example, give some escape path, leading words, all those things, and keep on interacting. You will find your results. So one of the best things I do, this is my personal experience in my day-to-day work life, I use, we use in Thoughtworks Zoom as our online meetings and all things. So Zoom has a feature of AI companions, right? Where if you enable, it can summarize their entire meetings. It can give you the entire textual, what exactly happened, who spoke, everything in a text format. So when you are going for a meeting with, let's say you are going for a tech huddles or any discussions, enable the companion. Get the summary out of it. put it into chat GPT or any LLM system that you trust or you use, put into that. Then do the follow-up questions. So it has the enough context from the meeting. Whatever questions you have, start asking. And also you can play the roles. Like in that next meeting you are going to prepare for, let's say, for example, the CTO of the company is present. The tech principal of the company is present. So in front of them, you are going to present the idea. So before you go and present the idea, you have the meeting context, put it there, then ask ChatGPT that play as the CTO role and ask me the questions that can arise, that you can think. So you can play different roles there. You can get the hurdle questions. You can be prepared better for your next meeting. And also, some of the things I do is like when I'm having a meeting, sometimes some questions come out of the box, right? You quickly ask that and get some response from there. You build your own. And also another thing is, since ChatGPT, I'll just share my ChatGPT once again. So since ChatGPT is a session based, we understood what I do generally. I create chat for everything. Let's say you are the best mobile architect. So, so in this chat, my chat GPT is set to a context that this is the architect and I'm going to ask the questions which is related to architect. I can create multiple session like you are the best designer and etc. Similarly, I have created in my chat GPT sessions multiple session like this where chat GPT has the context what I'm going to do. So when I'm going for a tech hurdles, I go to that specific chat, I ask the questions and it give me the better result because it has a lot more context already from the previous. Similarly, different various aspect, you can create different chats and you can use it. Cool. So coming to the end, there are two resources that I would like to share with you folks. Is one is the partyrocks.aws. It is the best, one of the best platform I found for practicing your prompt engineering. And second one is Gandalf AI, which is a game. It is designed to keep you engaged and practice your prompt. So I'll just give a quick demo how it's look like. So this is the Party Rocks, where you will see that prompt engineering guidelines, and you will get 3 models. Now, in this websites, you will learn. So your main goal is like you provide a prompt where 3 different model will respond 3 differently. Now your task is how we can make similar kind of responses. Trust me, if you are able to make this similar responses from 3 different model, you're the master of prompt engineer. And second one is this Gandalf AI, where basically you have to guess the password and you have to trick, you have to make hallucinate the chatbot that so that it reveals the password. So you become the hacker here. So use your prompt engineering technique to get the password. Cool. After these 2 resources, since making AI your pair, it is a series of sessions. So far we were in chapter 1. Now chapter 2 is introductions to GitHub Copilot, effective use of Copilot, tips and tricks, security best practices. This is more towards the developers or who are interacting with the Copilots or any Microsoft Copilot, GitHub Copilot, those kind of development driven tools they are using. Chapter 2 will be beneficial for them. But chapter 1, regardless of which role, where you are, that is everyone's useful, whoever is using the chat GPT or any LLM based tools. So thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you. I'm ending my sessions here. So we'll start a quick Q&A if you have any questions.
Do we have any questions in the audience?
Hi, that was informative. And about the prompts, what you spoke, right? Is there any way to set the modes? Tell ChatGPT that I want to, my default prompt should be guide based on the framework, guide framework or prompt framework or grade framework. Is it possible to set?
So ChatGPT has a feature to set up its initial prompt.
Hmm.
When I'm saying initial prompt, you go to settings, you go to your profile, you will say that set that initial chat, or one options you will get where you can add some default prompt over there. So even every time when you open up a chat or new sessions, that prompt will get applied there. However, this will be this that will get applied for every sessions. Instead, I will suggest create different sessions, set the context, what exactly you are trying to do, what kind of questions or what kind of interactions you are going to do. For example, we just spoke about, right, you are going for a technical hurdles, create a sessions, set up all the context, give some reference that from, let's say you are a Google developers, okay, you are working with Flutter, so give those documentations, give those reference links. It can identify and can prepare the that session particularly for any kind of Flutter questions.
Okay, whatever you explained in this chapter one, we can try on our free version of
Yes,
ChatGPT, or we
yes,
need the
yes.
premium version?
Any LLM, even the
Okay.
tiny llama also you can try. Now again, each prompt will react differently in different LLM. So there is no strong guidelines that you have to use in this format. It's like more you interact, you will get to know, okay, which direction the conversation is going, and you have to drive. The AI chatbot, or make your AI as your pair. You be the navigator, make them the driver. You take the decisions, let them drive.
Okay. And my last question is about the triple hash and triple double quotes. So it is something like the code block what we write it in
Exactly.
Markdown, right? Something like that.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
a code block.
Hmm.
Now again, once again, this is with various research or various trial and error, people has came out that these are the keywords where LLM segregates their content and the instructions. But not necessary that every LLM respect that, or not necessary every LLM will go for it. So far with ChatGPT and Gemini Copilot, it works.
Okay. So in that block, I can also put my text-based resume and tell to
Yes,
reword it
yes, you
accordingly.
can do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
So, while you are building AI applications, uh, how do you test that the prompts you are engineered with are good enough for what you are trying to achieve? What is the criteria of success, or how do you say that you have reached the right level, or you will still have more work to do? What are the frameworks for understanding how good it is, or how good it is not?
Okay, so for that you need to set up your factual data on what context basics you are trying to work your like yesterday when one of the presenter was saying that pyramidal finance, right? It is completely restricted to the pyramid. So first you have to come up with your source of truth, what it is, and beyond that if it goes, that means it's not the right things what it is doing. So that's where we have tiny other models which can craft your prompt and do that guardrails, and there are a lot more other things that you can do to prevent or to be in that context. So let you so there are different technique, model technique, and different techniques are there which by which you can make it as a working as a feature instead of bug.
Uh, Approach is fine. All those techniques you apply, everything is done. Now, after doing all of that, now you are in the testing phase.
Okay.
How do you know all you did? So, let's say the developer who has put all your prompts, who has put your source of truth, everything.
Okay.
You are talking from that point of view.
Yes.
Now, I am a tester
Tester
of
point
that.
of view. Okay.
What should I do to, what are the kind of tests and what would be the criteria to say for the set of prompts and whatever your frameworks and whatever your guardrails and all the things? Yes, it is good to go forward. What would be my set of tests? What are the criteria for me to give a clearance as a test person?
So I would say I never been to that situation as of now, but I would say the way we do is like you have that set of tests that you want to write and expected output, what it should be, and based on that we do the validations.
Correct, but problem is uh, you can't visualize all possible ways the user will write a question.
That's true.
Like your standard software where your UI or everything will respect what user can do. Here you are giving a text box where the user can
Yes.
type anything.
Yes.
So what is your definition of done of this?
No, I believe there are other LLM which do these automations for us. I can't recollect the name now, but there are other LLMs which do the testings for us. Yes, it has. So like we have automation suites, right? There are LLMs which has the product to test your generative AI output. So it will generate the test suites where it will generate the prompt and it will inject it there. It will pass that as a prompt. It will get the response and it can validate whether it is what are the criteria we have defined, right? Whether it's a factual, whether it's a creative. Those test scenarios we can do. Currently, I'm not. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I wanted to know which is the best free chatbot for writing codes.
Best free chatbot for writing code. That's
Yeah.
very difficult questions. Okay. Uh, we are using GitHub Copilot. It is working seamlessly for us. To be very honest, I don't know any free that which is already up to that mark, but it's free.
Okay. Another like when I was using Chat GPT, I'm giving some prompt that write this functionality in React JS. Now I open another chat. In another chat, if I write this functionality, it will automatically be writing in React JS. So between two chats, it's retaining the prompt or something like
So,
that.
so we have to understand how ChatGPT or this kind of bots works, right? It has the UI. ChatGPT is just the UI. Okay, it's applications behind the scenes that GPT LLM that it is being used. So this ChatGPT applications is keeping some memory. That's why now in ChatGPT 4 you will see before means after entering any prompt it will say memory updated. Now what is memory updated? To be very honest, we don't know. As of now we have seen that it takes the same sessions. Now since you are mentioning that it is taking from the previous sessions as well or other, it's interacting with other messages. That could be. It did not happen with me, but it can happen. We don't know the behind the logic what memory they are updating it.
Okay, another one to segregate the content with the format and task. You said that will be using the triple hash.
Triple has and triple
We
quote.
can use any other thing like colon, triple colon,
You
or
can see, you can try again. This is not a written rules in a stone. Okay, so people have tried out, it worked for them. You can try it out with a different one, maybe at the rate, maybe some other characters, maybe some other, come up with a custom things. It may work for you. This is mostly with trial and error. People found that it works mostly for them to segregate the content and the instructions. So hence we are here.
got it. Thanks.
Thank you. Chapter 2 is on the way. Okay, keep out on the sessions that Converge we have and other ThoughtWorks events we have. Any of there will meet again. I think
Process saying you cannot use GitHub officially. There are some companies who
yes,
have that
yes,
kind of this. I don't want to name that company.
it is there. Yes.
So why are how are some people able to adopt? How are some people? Is it purely a cost question or a IPR question or a or is it
Okay.
reflecting on the maturity or the innovativeness or competitiveness? What is it actually?
No, so then I will say how we convince our client to use the Chat GPT. Not sorry, Chat GPT, no, GitHub Copilot. Probably that can give some insight. So what we have done is like we have run a pilot team, and we already told them that we are trying to do this pilot run with the co-pilots with this set of people. Then we started comparing how becomes our velocity, whether it's increasing, whether it's lagging, and we came up with some data. It is increasing. The same people are delivering more than what they were used to do. And when we dig deep, we found that Copilot, the way it is helping, most of the times, which is not that complex, it is easy. It's take time to think, write. You just tip a tap, it wrote everything. Second one is on TTT environment where ThoughtWorks work on the TTT environment, right? So you create the test, the logic ChatGPT is writing, or the vice versa. You write the logic, test is written by the ChatGPT. Sorry, Copilot. So those areas it is helping us. And when we presented to this client, the first question was whether it is leaking my data or not. So security aspect come into the picture. And I believe those questions like whether it is leaking my data, whether it is stealing some things, whether uh, it can create any problem in future, all those things come into the picture. I believe if we could answer those things properly, or if we have the answer of those things, then adoption should be easy. But again, if it's a banking, like Pyramid Finance has adopted it, but there are still banks who are not ready to adopt that. They still believe AI is a dangerous thing. So until unless people mindset got changed, I believe it will not be that easy to adopt. And to answer your first question, which all company are using apart from Thoughtworks? To be very honest, I don't have that data, but I believe everyone should use, and most of the companies are using. But yeah, within organization also there would be some project like the clients will not agree to share their data, because when you are sharing with the Copilot, right, we don't know still how it is getting processed. And so far with the news, we get to know that, okay, your YouTube video without your consent been used for train the other model. Your picture post is publicly used without your consent. So all those things make clients fears. And definitely they should, who are working on those kind of industry. So it's completely depend on mutual agreement. And if we can put the benefit out of it, putting those security guardrails, definitely that will be the concern. I think it will be easy for them.
So again, it's a theory or an assumption of mine. How GitHub Copilot itself got generated. Many of us as developers, we were checking in our code as into GitHub. Obviously, that time Copilot was not there.
Yeah.
So they probably took all of that
Could
code,
be.
mined it, and this thing.
Could be.
So, and they trained on it, and they're given that. Uh, some developer might have coded something wrongly. That also is
Yes,
trained into
it
this
could
thing.
be. Yes,
Could be there,
it could be.
and that is from the history angle. Now today, we are using GitHub Copilot and writing some code and checking it in.
Yes,
So correspondingly, they can use this also and train
they
something
can
else,
use.
your own this thing. At least maybe for the free version, if not for the commercial version.
No, even,
So
see, even in the commercial versions, even there are a lot of loopholes, right? That will not be using your code, will not steal your data. A lot of privacy policies, everything is written. But behind that scene, to be very honest, we don't know. Once the news came into the picture, then we get to know, okay, this has been used this way, that way. But I will not blame, because I don't have any data to say that they have used our code or that code.
no, but the intent of putting this explanation, how do you to go to your clients, and so pilot is fine, showing productivity gains is easy, but how do you convince them to on the security of this, or the privacy of this whole thing?
See,
Or
honest,
you don't get into that space at all?
no, no, definitely we have to go. Because security is one of the major concerns. So I'm working in a trading domains right now. For them, they are dealing with the money and the trades between the currencies and etc. Right? So where security is one of the challenging thing. Now, one of the biggest loophole of this generative AI is like you cannot say, or there is no other way to say that this response is generated because of this data or this model, right? So we cannot go reverse. So whatever it is generating, yeah, yes, okay. So one of the testing side also definitely, because the automations is written by Copilot. But one of the thing we have to understand, we are saying it's a co-pilot, not autopilot. So some human has to be there. Some guardrail at top of the, even you put lot of guardrails, lot of other LLM to protect you, some human has to be there. So from co-pilot to autopilot, I don't know when it will come, but the journey is too long for to go there. So as of now, human has to be there. All the, even your chat GPT or any LLM, whatever the response you are getting generated, some human intervention has to be there. Blindly don't trust them. Yeah. Thank you. Any other question?
No, I think we don't have any other questions, but the number of questions just highlight how engaging your session was. So
Thank you.
thank you so much, Tapas.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.